Okay, before I take everything down this year, I wanted to give you guys a close-up look of some of the plywood cutouts I make and paint. You know, because you've seen them in a few of the videos, but I've never showed them up close, so I'd like to just kind of give you a little show of them right now. Of course, this is Belle, and I made her and Lumiere and Mrs. Chips. There's Lumiere right there. Mrs. Pot and Chips, Cogsworth, and the Beast. I made those guys in 2006. Belle is wearing her traditional style, yellow style dress, but I painted it red and green to make it more Christmassy. The Beast is wearing his traditional suit that he was wearing, the blue suit that he was wearing, but again I painted it yellow and green and red to make it look more Christmassy. This is a snowman I've made probably, you know, I don't know, 12 years ago or so. And over here is a bear, Christmas bear that I made. This is new this year. I made her this year as well as some other ones. This is Jasmine, of course, from Aladdin, and she's with Abu. I tried to put each princess's sidekicks with them. Let me fight my way through this jungle here. And over here I have Mrs. Claus. She's like my second oldest one in a tree, my third oldest one, and then Santa. Santa, I made him first. He was the very first one I ever made. I made him, then I made Mrs. Claus, and then the tree, and I made those guys with patterns that I had bought. Let me go around here. Sorry, I'm not a professional photographer. This is Minnie, of course. She's new this year. I had Mickey a long time ago, and I thought it would always be good to have Minnie, so I made her. And I made Pluto to go with them, and he's got a candy cane. Of course, he's happy to have that candy cane. And there's Mickey. Back over here is Sleeping Beauty. She's new this year. I did her in her traditional pink dress. I gave her a candy cane to give her, to make the Christmas theme. And next to her are her fairy godmothers, the ones that raise her, and then also the ones that turn her dress pink and blue in the dance scene. Sorry. These are all new this year. This is Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Of course, each of the dwarfs is here. I tried to make a couple of them Christmassy by giving them an ornament. Grumpy is just grumpy. He's never going to be in spirit. And I think this is Doc. I gave him an ornament. Sneezy, he's too busy sneezing. I gave Dopey an ornament. And I gave Snow White a stocking. If you can see it there. But because of the yard being so small, I had to kind of group them together. You really can't see her stocking. Back behind them is Tigger, and he's wearing a Christmas hat. Over here is Cinderella. Cinderella I made in her traditional blue dress and put a present in her arm to give her the Christmas theme. For her sidekicks, instead of trying to cut them out individually, because I was worried about their arms breaking and stuff like that, what I did is I put them in front of a Christmas tree, and they're dancing and celebrating, and so that way I was able to get them included and not worry about the small pieces breaking off. Up on the roof up here is Santa. You can barely see the chimney, but there was a chimney underneath him, but this roof is slanted so you don't get to see it that well. And there's Rudolph pushing him down into the chimney because he's too fat. Over here I have some old lanterns, old street lamps that I made, as well as some candy canes. And then I made some little Christmas trees. I have a bunch of these. At one time I tried to make it look like it was a Christmas tree farm. And then one of my favorite princesses is Ariel. and this is the second one I've made. The first one I made was a little bit smaller, and it was a pattern I made by hand. Well, I actually cut her body out completely with the tail, and because of that thin part right there at the tail, it kept breaking. So with her, I learned that I needed to put some more substance behind these characters so that they didn't break. So I put more wood behind them, and then with her I painted it looked like she was on the ocean bottom here. You can see the sand down the bottom, some clamshells and a starfish, and then some seaweed. Then I put Flounder. He's actually under the water. If you notice, he's kind of under the water. And then there's Sebastian, who would kind of be sticking halfway out of the water. And then Scuttle's on top. He has an ornament. Of course, Sebastian is wearing a Santa hat. You can see it there. And so is Flounder. And Little Mermaid Ariel is holding a candy cane. And then this is the sign that I make for to announce my FM station. And this is a little Dalmatian I made. Originally I made him to hang him on my door, but I thought he looked good over here on the sign, so I stuck him here. Okay, I forgot one of the characters. I'll walk down here so you can see these other guys one more time. It's starting to get dark here now. I forgot one of them was Snoopy. I made Snoopy, and I plan on making a woodstock and attaching him from the back side. He's going to sit on top of Snoopy's stomach. So here's kind of a side view of the yard. And as you can see, my house is not very big, so I'm not sure how I'm going to add more lights or more yard signs or anything next year. But you know, we always got to try to keep improving. So I'm not sure. We'll see what we'll see what we can do. Anyway, that's it for now. I want to wish you a happy New Year's. Bye.